Annie Wagner is 18 years old and was raised in a very Republican household. This upbringing caused her to register as a Republican when the time came. After taking a high school government class, Annie realized that she wanted to register as a Republican.
Okay, so my dad grew up in a really conservative Christian household, so his political views are very conservative. He's like pro-life. He doesn't agree that healthcare should be for everyone. He believes in lower class, middle class, and upper class, stuff like that. He hates taxes.
Even if it is socialistic, like radical, like it's not like our whole country's going that way. Like Bernie wants it to. So, I mean, she seems like the most like solid candidate for me. But
Annie was worried her dad was going to be upset with her new political view, but he was actually really supportive.
It's not a big deal. I don't care about the political view more so than I do their worldview. That's more important to me. So yeah, she's free to do what she wants with her life and how to think. But I'm more interested in worldview than I am in political view.
Annie explains how exactly her views were changed.
So, I mean, I guess prior to learning about politics and the government and just becoming more educated on the topic, I was conservative in my beliefs just because that's the way I was raised, and my parents just, I grew up in the church, and so my views were always very traditional. But once and I don't know, I feel like I was like raised to believe that the conservative way was the more church-like way, and which made me more stronger about being Republican. So I registered as a Republican in the very beginning of my senior year, and after a few months of like delving into the government and learning about it, I decided that what I really believed in was a more growing government and just a government that's always moving forward, and I felt like that's what I found in the Democratic Party, which led me to switch. Yeah, I'm hoping to register as a Democrat and caucus in the Democratic caucus.
Along with Annie's political views changing, around the age of 18, she also realized that the Korean church she had gone to her whole life was not for her. Annie's dad had been a pastor at this church for 16 years, but he was also very supportive in her changing churches.
The Korean church wasn't for me because I felt like it was just too much like concern with yourself and like just being a better person, and so I left and I seeked out like a bunch of other churches until I found Livingstone's church, and I started going by myself. My parents like fully supported it.
Felt like I also needed a break, but I also wanted to support Annie because she was going there and she seemed to really enjoy it. And she'd actually asked me to come along, so that's when I started going, and I enjoyed it too. So.
My parents actually started going, and they were like really proud of me that I just was like really independent about it, and they completely supported me. And then my dad eventually left the Korean church where he taught for 16 years and just started going to church with me every Sunday.
Annie isn't quite sure if she will be able to re-register in time to attend the Democratic caucus. Regardless, she is happy that her family has been very supportive of all of her decisions.